There's fire on the mountain right now for in the Nigerian airline space, especially for Ibom Air. We all know the issue with the passenger Comfort, and it appears the matter is not ending right now, and the drama is only unfolding, and that is what we are bringing for you. Let us analyze this issue, because one side is saying that the airline is at fault, the way they handled the passenger, the way they exposed her body, her breast, and all the rest, and another side is saying that the passenger is at fault. This Comfort is at fault. Let's begin to look at this issue immediately. If you have not subscribed to our channel, click on subscribe. If you are watching it outside YouTube, click on follow. Nigerian Bar Association condemns Ibom Air's treatment of passenger, demands investigation. So Ibom Air is going to be investigated. Let's look at this issue. The Nigerian Bar Association has condemned Ibom Air and the airline operators of Nigeria for their handling of the incident that involved Mrs. Comfort Emmerson on an Ibom Air flight on August 10, 2025. In a press release signed by its president, Mazi Afamo Sigwe, and General Secretary, Dr. Mobolaji Ojibara, the Nigerian Bar Association described the airline's actions, including a lifetime flight ban imposed on Ms. Emmerson, as reckless, unlawful, and a violation of her dignity. We saw that this altercation that happened in the airline, the lady began to, almost fight the airline staff and all the rest. But there were a lot of things that led to that incident, and there were many things that happened after that incident, okay? And she was sanctioned. Many people blame her. They gave her a lifetime ban, and in fact, right now she's in prison in Kirikiri, in Abuja, Nigeria. This is the lady. She was using this airline for her travels before the whole drama. All her were let loose. Many of you have seen the video. We will not play it here, but it's just something else. Now, according to the Nigerian Bar Association, Ms. Emmerson was forcefully removed from the aircraft. She was forcibly removed from the aircraft, publicly stripped of her clothing, publicly, that is, she was made naked, and humiliated in an incident that was recorded and widely circulated. Of course, you know what happens in this digital age in most parts of the world, especially in Nigeria, where any simple incident gets escalated through social media platforms. And this is what happened in her case. Within a few minutes of the incident happening, what happened where about 12 persons witnessed it, it circulated online, her body, her breast, everything was just everywhere on the internet. Look at what he said. Look at the association called the treatment degrading and a breach of her privacy and dignity, falling short of expected standard in the aviation sector. Of course, many people have said the lady did not dress well. It's a consequence of indecent dressing. And this one, but the MBA is saying that she still has her rights. There is a way to treat a passenger, even though she might have overreacted, but there is a proper way to handle things. As people that are trained in a critical sector of the economy, the aviation sector of any nation, is very, very critical. We must now move on. The association strongly condemned the treatment of Mrs. Comfort, her full name is Miss Comfort Emmerson, in the incident aboard an Ibom Air flight on 10th August 2025, and the subsequent lifetime flight ban imposed on her by Ibom Air and the airline operators of Nigeria. It means the ban had saying that it means that she will not be able to use any airline for travels within Nigeria. These actions are heavy-handed, unlawful, and a grave affront to the rule of law and human dignity. Now we must move on. If you have not subscribed, click on subscribe. Come under the comment of this video and tell us your own reaction. How do you react to this whole saga that have been burning our national space for some time now. It is deeply disturbing that Ms. Emmerson was forcibly, pay attention, it is deeply disturbing that Ms. Emmerson was forcibly removed from the aircraft, 1, stripped of her clothing in public, 2, and subjected to humiliation that was filmed and circulated online. Such conduct is degrading and violates her right to dignity and privacy, and falls short of the standard of civility and professionalism expected in the aviation sector. No person, regardless of the circumstance, should be treated in such a dehumanizing manner. Let's look at it again. No person, no passenger, no Nigerian, no, whether you are indigenous, no matter the person, whether it's in Nigeria, in any part of the world, no person, regardless of the circumstances, should be treated in such a dehumanizing manner. We already saw that she was forcibly removed from the aircraft. Her clothes were torn in public. She was treated with humiliation, and she was filmed, recorded, and circulated online. That was what happened. And I mean, I don't know where you stand on. Some people will say she wasn't dressing properly. It's a consequence of indecent dressing, that she got what she deserved. In fact, many Nigerians went as far as digging her photos online, the things when she was in private vacation, the way she was ungodly dressed and all the rest. But to you, does that even justify the way she was handled? While Ibom Air has issued its account of event, other video footage has emerged showing an Ibom Air hostess preventing Mrs. Emmerson from alighting from the aircraft, a conduct that could constitute forced imprisonment and a possible provocation that escalated the situation. There have been claims and counterclaims. There have been videos after Ibom Air, the airline, came out and gave their own account of the issue, of course, exonerating themselves. Yet, it was shown with other videos that are coming out that Ms. Emmerson was forced, preventing her from alighting, that could have triggered her emotion, that made her to react the way she reacted. This makes it all the more critical that the matter be subjected to an independent, impartial investigation by the appropriate authorities before any disciplinary action is taken against her. Before you go ahead to, raise your hammer of heavy sanctions on her, certain things ought to have been investigated first. The association criticized the lifetime ban as a violation of fair hearing principles, arguing that Ms. Emmerson was not given an opportunity to respond to the allegation. Of course, this is what is required in a democracy. When somebody, no matter what the person does, there must be room for fair hearing. The decision to impose a lifetime ban without affording Ms. Emmerson a fair opportunity to be heard is equally troubling. Ibom Air has so far only presented its own version of events without giving her the chance to respond, which is what everybody expects. We must now move on. This one-sided process, culminating in a ban supported by Aviation Organization of Nigeria, breaches the fundamental principle of fair hearing and renders the decision legally and morally indefensible. The power to suspend or restrict a passenger's right to fly rests with the appropriate statutory regulators, not private associations or airline operators acting unilaterally. The photographing, dissemination, and online circulation of indecent images of Mrs. Emmerson is also an egregious invasion of privacy and a criminal act. Let us now move on with what the Nigerian Bar Association, the legal arm, is saying on this matter. Nigerian Bar Association added, even if the incident was to be reported, the footage should have been blurred or edited in such a way that it did not expose her nudity, her nakedness to the public. Those responsible for capturing and distributing the unedited footage must be identified and prosecuted. Such acts erode public trust and undermine the rights of all citizens to be treated with dignity and respect. Now, this is the matter. This is where we are at this moment. Remember, what do you think? Do you think the Airline Association did the right thing, or do you think they have overreacted? And how do you also assess the lady in question? Do you think she also overreacted, or do you think she stepped her boundary? We must now move on. The MDA also stated that only statutory regulators, not private airlines or associations, have the authority to restrict a passenger's right to flight. I mean, everyone, as far as you have your money and you are properly identified and you are not a criminal, you have the right to both enter ship or enter an airline, a helicopter, a plane, or a motor car and all the rest. The Nigerian Bar Association demand that Ibom Air immediately withdraw the lifetime ban, issue a public apology to Ms. Emmerson, and cooperate fully with an impartial investigation into this incident. We also call on the Minister of Aviation, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, and the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria and relevant security. The statement reads. This is where we are on the matter. Tell me in the comment section what you think. Of course, she's in prison waiting. This whole matter is now heading to court. If you were in her shoes, how would you react? How do you want her to be treated? Do you think she's getting what she deserves, or do you think she's being witch hunted? Because we also know there are a lot of persons that in recent time that also violated certain airline regulations, the rich of the society, that were pardoned, that were not dehumanized and treated this way. Go ahead and tell us what you think in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. If you have not joined, click on join to be a full member of our YouTube channel. And there is an important video. There is an important video on this screen. Click on it right now and watch.